I'm a cigar man. I'm a cigar man. I'm a cigar man. Big up, baby. You know I'm smoking. Cigar like a woman, round but not too firm. Even though it's smoking slow, fire'll get you burned. I'm a cigar man. Bigger your honey, you know you got me smoking.
Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Smoking Salads. I am your host, John Hill. To my left is Nick Woods, and to the further left is Dean Andrews.
Let's go, Brandon!
So let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
So, anyways, tonight's show, it will be another exciting episode where we review some cigars, and we will review it with some whiskey. And I will let Nick get into that. But before we get too much further, if you like the show, please share it. Share it now.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're smoking and drinking. We'll try to have some interaction with the audience as much as possible.
Yep.
Yep. But let's dive right in and let's talk about the cigar that we're smoking.
So tonight's stick is by Sinistro. Not Sinestro.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's from Sinistro, called Honor Among Thieves. Got to pick up on my notes. Honor Among Thieves by Sinestro Cigars is handcrafted.
I'm sorry, by who?
Sinistro. Stop! Is handcrafted in the Dominican Republic at the La Aurora Cigar Factory. Honor Among Thieves. Okay. Cigars use a flavorful blend of Nicaraguan, Dominican, and U.S. filler tobaccos, bound in an undisclosed binder that then finished in a flavorful Brazilian Cubra Maduro wrapper.
What kind of wrapper?
Brazilian Cubra Maduro.
Yeah, it's one of those proprietary wrappers.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Shoot. I totally forgot. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, we instructed Dean not to cut his cigar.
Yeah, I didn't get to...
it's got a shaggy head. So the filler is Nicaraguan Seco, Cubano Ligero, Nicaraguan Ligero, Dominican Ligero, Corojo Ligero, Piloto Cubano Ligero, and Pennsylvania Broadleaf.
So I'm going to take the opportunity to make a quick correction. I try not to do that, but it's not a shaggy head. It's a twist.
It's a twist?
It's a twist. So instead of rolling it with the cap,
Yeah.
they put the cap on and they twist the end.
Oh,
twist
okay.
it.
Okay. Things you learn.
Not quite a pigtail.
No, not quite,
It's like a fluffy pigtail.
but it's a twist.
All right, but what flavors? So when we did a pre-sniff.
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 And John and I very much got chocolate, like without the cigar being lit. Right on the wrapper was like, it's a sweet barn funk, but there was a heavy chocolate note.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you can smell more of the subtlety of the cigar when you don't cram it up your nose, so to speak. I always put mine on my
You
tip
like
of my
this?
nose when I'm smelling. Yeah. But when you pull it away just
so
a little bit,
nice.
and you smell it, you can smell that sweet chocolatey,
Yeah.
and as you get closer, it turns into that sweetest barn funk.
Yeah.
So yeah, very pleasant on the nose. My first draw, it's sweet and earthy, hints of wood. Haven't picked out exactly what the wood is yet, but very pleasant. Nothing harsh about this with all that Ligero in there.
Yeah.
So you would think it'd be just a power, just smack you right in the face, but no.
No, this is
Maybe the Ligeros to come.
And it could be.
Depending
Sometimes
upon
they
how
like to
design
warm
the
you up
cigar.
into it.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel this to be a medium body, full body, kind of in between?
I don't know yet. I haven't smoked it.
Well, get on it. Jeez, slacking over here.
Yeah, I mean the body as you start to smoke it, you can kind of tell what it is. Right now, you know, it's got a lot of flavor, but most of the full bodies that I smoke are usually really leathery, peppery, you know, those kinds of things. So this is not that.
This is more of a spicy, light,
This is light
yeah.
spice, wood, a sweetness to it, but lots and lots of flavor. It's not singular at all. So right off the bat, I would say medium to medium full. But as I get in past the first third, we'll see what it's
Yeah, I would
producing.
definitely say this is a medium full.
So
And
Eric's
just to let everybody know, I have not smoked a cigar at all. Whereas these two,
I haven't smoked it either.
oh, you didn't smoke a cigar before the
nope,
show?
nope. I was waiting for the show.
Okay.
and Eric's asked on YouTube, what is the binder? And actually, Eric's, it's an undisclosed binder. Both a review website that I've looked at and Sinistro's website both say that the binder is NA.
Is it Sinestro?
No, it is not the yellow
Is it
lantern.
Sinastro?
Sinatra. Hey, there we go.
Sinatra?
This is a Frank Sinatra cigar.
Right.
Sinustro?
Dude.
Sinustro? Snoot
Man.
Snoot? Also, Dave Babcock says that Dean lost at fishing.
Yeah.
Dean always loses at fishing.
Dave is drinking James E. Pepper 1776 Rye 100 proof with a tricky traka.
Ryan Poltz is drinking some James Pepper 1776 Rye and just fired up a Toscano Ducento.
Ooh, that's a good
And then he
Toscano.
Nick Woods, you newbie.
You newbie.
Who's the
'Cause he-
newbie?
He said you, Nick Woods, you
Well,
newbie.
Yeah, okay.
Because you said
So,
Sinistro is not.
Jason is smoking a Umbagog. Did he smoke an Umbagog last week?
Probably.
I could have swore he smoked an Umbagog last week.
I don't
He's
remember.
not as bad as Chris
I can't
Wilson,
remember my
though.
own
Oh,
name from time to time. You think
speaking
I
of
remember
which,
what's going
hi,
on
Chris
last week?
Wilson.
Hey, Chris Wilson. Welcome to the show.
So far the stick is really good, and we are drinking, because I know John's already looking at the bottle. We are drinking Blackend. It's a blend of straight whiskeys finished in a black brandy cask. Let's see.
Tell us a little bit more about this.
Okay. The super premium whiskey collaboration from master distiller Dave Pickerell and Metallica. It's a blend of high selected, well-aged bourbons and ryes from across North America,
That's good.
uniquely finished in black brandy casks and the earth-shattering music of Metallica. Using their proprietary black noise trademark finishing process, each batch of whiskey is blasted with its very own Metallica playlist.
Hey, wait, stop.
Ooh, America.
Here we go.
And it's all curated by the band themselves. The low frequency sound waves force the whiskey to penetrate deeper into the barrel, extracting more flavors.
baby.
So I'm not going to go into any of the tasting notes because I want to see what we get.
No, let's not.
I haven't
Yeah,
had this
you have to wait for us to figure out what they are.
Jason goes, just got home from Vegas last night. Give me a break, man.
Him and Turner were there, and their wives.
Oh yeah,
Lovely.
Jason, did you pick up a Casa Fuente? Or
That's
a
good.
Fuente? I guess sometimes they call them Fuentes or a double Fuente. You can get those at the
That's
a True
tough
Fuente little cigar bar.
All right, so I was
There.
a little aggressive on letting Nick
A little
pour.
aggressive. Whoa, look at that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he did.
He
tell
was-
me
he
to
just-
stop.
That's
I was
about
just looking
8
at him like
ounces.
he should stop, but he's not. So, yeah.
Tell you
All
what,
right.
you
So
get
on the
that
nose,
drink,
Hey,
you
guys,
do get
cheers.
That. Yes.
Ooh, damn.
let's
Oh,
go.
That went
That was you.
We
That's.
had some spillage.
Yeah. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh man.
All right, so on the nose, right away, I smell the wood spice for sure. I mean, it's right in there, and I'm just edging my nose in at the moment. But
A lot of caramel.
yeah, a lot of caramel.
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 It's just
Caramel.
depends on
You
how
know,
it's
tomato.
spelled.
It's a Michigan thing. But yeah, just a lot of that wood spice.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
You can
curve
smell,
it.
the typical, mapley kind of an aroma that you get from most whiskeys.
Dean, what are you getting?
That is kind of a mapley. It's
Yep.
got like a little bit of a mapleness.
It's
to
got
it.
Oh, yeah.
spiced maple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right now,
it-
I'm thinking pancakes.
Oh man, now I'm hungry. So on the nose is burnt caramel, oak, and honey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get the
Get the honey.
I mean,
All
part of
right.
that maple can be like a honey essence too.
So on the palate.
Let's see what we got on the
Almond
palate.
noises.
Num noises on the palate. So I'm going to continue talking with these guys and thinking about what it is that they are tasting, so we don't have any dead air. There's nothing worse than dead air on a program. And I am thinking that the cigar is really going to pull out some sweetness when we do the pairing of the cigar. I'm thinking we're going to pull out some more chocolate notes out of this thing. I think it's hidden in there.
I think we're going to get more of a richer cocoa out of the Sinistro.
Did you say Richard Coco?
richer?
It's like, who's Richard
Richard.
Coco?
It's Dick Cocoa.
Yeah,
Dick
I'm
Coco?
getting-
Dick Coco.
I'm getting coffee out of this.
What?
That wasn't me. You
I know.
heard it right here. I
Yeah,
did not
that wasn't you.
Now you only kept it in your mouth for about 2 seconds or so before you swallowed, but I swished it around and gargled.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. But the coffee and dark chocolate come along about 4 or 5 seconds after you swallow and breathe in a couple of times.
Okay, he's not wrong. There's a little bit of coffee.
Yeah. I know it is. I know it's coffee, folks, because I like coffee.
So, what are you getting, John, on the taste? While
Yeah,
you're
he's still swishing,
He's
dude.
still swishing.
God, man, let's just talk.
So, I actually forgot to say what the taster notes on the
What about the smell?
on the
Let's go by the
on the
smell.
cigar. The cigar
Oh,
is
cigar.
supposed to be mouth-watering notes of cocoa, roasted coffee, and nuts with a smooth, earthy finish.
I did get that. I got like a leathery, like it was like a combination of like a leather caramel with the spices,
Yeah.
and then sometimes the nuttiness slash leathery, like leather creaminess, they kind of meld into their own kind of like
So-
same line.
Yeah, and I like to take my time on the first sip. I chew on it a little bit like people do with wine and try to aerate some air in there. And as it warms up in your mouth, you expose new flavors. I'm getting something very flowery.
Okay, so
It's some kind of a, I don't know, I don't want to call it lavender, but rose lavender. It's something bouquet type
Yeah.
of thing.
Okay.
so
Could it be something like your California lilac? Not as strong.
Not
But
as
your-
honey.
Yeah, your California lilac has a pretty deep honey sweetness in the smell.
On the palate, they say that there is honey, cinnamon, allspice,
Yep.
dark fruit, clove, and mint.
Okay.
I didn't get any mint.
No, I
haven't
didn't get
gotten any
mint.
mint yet.
But cinnamon, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
cinnamon's usually
Yeah, yeah,
it's hidden in
yeah.
there because it's you're switching it around like the way I was doing. It's the alcohol burn, but
Yeah.
that's the stronger the cinnamon, the more it burns a little bit.
Well, it's a very light cinnamon, but it's a cinnamon that actually stays on your palate.
Yeah, and maybe a combination of these things is maybe that floral kind of thing that I'm getting, especially with the allspice, because that by itself is kind of bouquet-ish, almost Christmassy bouquet.
A little bit.
This wasn't Christmassy; it was more of a fall
It's
kind of a.
Yeah.
They say that the finish is long and smooth. That's what she said. Slightly creamy. That's what she said. With hints of butterscotch, taffy, maple, and honey.
I can see the honey, not so
I'm not
much
really
the
getting.
butterscotch.
I was gonna say I'm not really getting the
Not-
butterscotch.
But I will say this much: the cigar brings out a creaminess, or I don't know if it's the cigar that's doing it or the spirit that's doing it to the cigar.
Okay, so
Because I drank the spirit and everything, and then we were talking, blah, 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 and then I took a puff of my cigar, and I got a little bit of that creamy, a richer creaminess
okay.
to it. More
I
like
think-
a buttery, almost like the
Like
creaminess
churned butter.
of butter, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, homemade butter,
I would say because by itself I don't get the creaminess. By itself, none of us call it the creaminess.
No.
Now we drink them together. Now I'm getting
Yep.
creaminess on both.
You
No matter
drink
how
cigars, bro? That's disgusting.
I drink everything.
Yeah.
So I just blend it all up.
Burger in a blender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Burger milkshake.
but it wasn't. You didn't have the creamy aspect about it until you smoked the
That's
cigar
right.
with it.
That's right.
So it's a pretty good pairing in that you don't get that by themselves, but you put the cigar in there. You could say it's coming from the whiskey. You could say it's coming from the cigar, but I think it's that it's on your palate.
Ooh, now I'm getting that floral that you're talking
it's
about.
very rich.
It's about middle tongue of the palate.
Yep. Well, and it's definitely on the finish in the back of my nose.
Yep.
So I did the cigar then the spirit, and actually the cocoa actually goes away a little bit. I get more of the earthiness from the spirit. I get actually more honey from the spirit by doing the cigar than the spirit.
Yeah, the cinnamon is on the middle to tip of your tongue. That's where I'm getting that. And then once you swallow, that's what you said. You get all that floral. You get the maple. No, it's a very pleasant pairing. It definitely is a great fall pairing because I mean that's the great thing about a lot of the whiskeys and bourbons. I mean my tastes change through the year. So summertime it's tequila, mezcal. Wintertime Huron, smoky Scotch. In the fall, it's something about the bourbons that just I don't know, just the crisp smell of leaves outside. If we were outside, I'm willing to bet that our whole perception of this would be probably different.
Probably.
Because you got the outdoor, leaves.
The crisp
and
air.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
sure we'd pull out maybe the butterscotch with all that.
So really
But
quick,
I don't taste any butterscotch.
So Eric said that he stepped
Yeah.
out. The binder was non-disclosed.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. Both Sinistro.
We could have even
and-
contacted Jeremy, and he would say, "No, I can't tell you."
Yeah, it's an undisclosed binder. Bob is on. Bob is watching. Hey, Bubbles. He is smoking the Honor Among Thieves, and he is drinking 1792 bourbon. Bob wants to know: are we getting Cocoa Puffs?
No, but he's smoking a completely different, or he's drinking a completely different spirit than us.
That's,
Oh, look at that.
Bob, are you getting
See that?
Cocoa
Look at
Puffs
that.
out of
Look at that
what you're
smoke
drinking?
coming up.
Let us know.
Dude, look at that. That's a little smoker right there.
Mine's not. Well, of course, I'm not paying attention to mine.
No,
you
you're not
just
paying
puffed yours.
attention to yours.
I'm paying attention to the whiskey.
Imputing the cigar smoke.
okay, now I do the spirit. I do the spirit, then the cigar, and ooh, there's a lot of cocoa that just came out.
Okay, I was going to say, I did pick up that mint that third time around.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, so did I.
And it was a
Oh.
combination of that vegetable off flavor, or that it was combined like with the floral essence. So it's not a strong mint. It's a very light mint flavor.
Now, are you leaving it in your mouth a little bit, or are you just sipping
No,
it?
on this last one, I just kind of just took a sip of it,
Okay.
and then
We should probably do that. We should have
Yeah.
like a long hold in your mouth, see what we
Yeah.
get, and then do a quick sip,
yeah,
see what we get,
when you
because the
hold it
flavors
for
are
a
different
long
when you do
time,
that.
you'll get other flavors that'll come up like 3 or 4 seconds after you swallow the spirit.
The finish is very long. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much. So, I mean, I've still got all of that.
It's to me, it's a spirit that's not a a full flavored spirit.
Oh.
It's not a full flavored spirit.
No, we've had
Like
fuller.
that Russell's Reserve I
What
had
is-
at Eric's house on Friday night. Those were full flavored and full bodied. But this one, the body on this spirit does.
man.
It's definitely
stay with you a while.
It's a medium to full bodied whiskey. The legs take a few seconds to form, and they're real slight, but they develop within a few seconds. If it takes a little bit longer, it's fuller body, but it's for the mouth feel. Definitely feels like a full body. It's not thin.
So I took a sip, and I kind of did what you guys were doing, like you're adding more air, you're swishing it around, and then I let it sit. I actually got butterscotch.
Did you really?
I did, and then I smoked
All right.
my cigar, and I got more chocolate actually than the cigar by itself.
Dean's breaking the seal.
Oh, I was gonna say we lost Dean, so
Yep. Now we can talk bad about Dean. You see what he's wearing? Oh my God. Who wears that?
who wears something like that?
Look at his hair.
Oh man! Not to mention, I think he's drunk.
I think he's drunk, and I don't think he's showered for like a week.
Oh man, it doesn't look. It definitely doesn't smell
Oh
like it.
man, it's interfering with the nose of my whiskey.
Yeah, I'm so glad that none of you out there have smell-o-vision, because it would be disgusting.
We should mess with him. Take here. Let me see his glasses. That'll teach him to leave our show so we can go pee.
So, but how do you?
We'll have him look up something and then have him go, what the hell?
Price point. So, for the people that are interested, Honor Among Thieves, at least the cigar we are smoking, is about $9, and the Spirit was $40.
I mean, for whiskeys nowadays, that's a good price.
Wait. You know what? We forgot something at the beginning of the show.
We already said hi, Chris Wilson.
No, I'm not kidding. No. How was everyone's Halloween last night?
I was gonna say that's another thing that I was gonna
Happy
say.
Halloween-y,
Well,
kinda.
I end up-
It's November weenie now.
As many of you know, I've been working Cascade Cigars and Tobacco for the last month or so, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, on Sundays. So we actually had a promo that actually worked pretty well.
And I won this shirt.
Yep, everybody
Yeah,
got
there you go.
swag. You purchased over $50, got some swag. Giving away candy because I didn't want to bring any of it home. We came home. Our neighborhood's fairly dark. Now I have 3 neighbors, as you guys well know. When you come over to the lounge, we all decorated up for Halloween.
Yeah.
But I think we had 10 people, and it's just too bad.
Well, it was also pretty windy and cold last night. And a lot of parents won't take their kids out when it's,
Oh, man.
when the weather is not perfect.
When I
we went.
when I lived in Battleground, they were bussing people in, and it was like 35 degrees, and people were driving around with their kids in the car coming to our little haunted house thing. And yeah, one year, I think our record year, we went through 60 pounds of Costco candy
Nice.
and
Jeez.
about 6 boxes because we give away. So down on the driveway, we have like this remote controlled skeleton.
Yeah.
And so I've got a little amplifier sitting underneath it, and I can change the pitch of the voice on that thing, make it sound like Satan or a chipmunk.
Yeah.
And so the kids who are too scared to come up to the house, because we got all the scary music and the fog and everything else, so you got to go through the gauntlet. If you make it through the gauntlet, you get a big size candy bar.
There you
but
go.
if you're
Full
little,
size.
if you're a youngster, you don't want to do that, then you can get a handful. Just youngster handfuls, not
Yeah.
grabs 3 pieces maybe.
Yeah.
So 60 pounds of that. And then they get coaxed in to come up. So we went through, I think, 6 boxes of the regular candy bar stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was crazy. All the neighborhood kids came in to help, and we had probably 6 or 7 of us running that little haunted house thing that we had going on. And then other people in the neighborhood started doing it, which was great. It was like a whole neighborhood of haunted houses, and that's why they
That's
started
pretty
busting
cool.
people in. Now we've moved into like the old folks area, and everybody's got their lights off, and it's just dark
Dude,
until you
that's
get
almost
here.
like our neighborhood, although, I mean, there are a couple of houses that have some kids and stuff, but our next door neighbors told Carrie yesterday, they're like, yeah, you'll get like maybe 4 kids. And so we went to Selwood and everything, and one of our friends lives there, and so we took our kids, and we started off with our kids, and then we met up with one of her friends, and there was a whole gaggle of people. But there were some pretty cool houses. This one guy had it was like decorated like a cemetery, and he had like a little flying ghost on like fishing string and stuff.
Nice.
And then he had a moon on top of his roof, and he had a witch. And I told him, I said, you know what you ought to do? I said, you ought to have the witch go by, and about the time the witch leaves, you have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man go by, and then as he's leaving, you have E.T. go by on the bike.
There you go.
Yeah.
He goes, you know what? That's a pretty good idea. I can do that.
We had Jacob's ladders on the roof of our house.
Oh yeah.
So then that usually scared people away from the house
Yeah.
because you can hear it from a block away. Just bzzz.
Dave is now
No.
drinking John's Sazerac Rye.
Well, it's no longer my favorite.
No.
Dave forced me to realize another favorite. And
Trail.
yep, Wilderness Trail.
But
It's just
see,
an excellent
the
ride.
thing is I think that rendezvous ride that we had when we were camping is better than the Salsa Rock ride too, because you love that one as well.
Well, we're gonna have to have a ride taste off, I think.
I tell you what, and there's also some Russell
many-
Reserve rides that are pretty good too.
So many good rides out there now, and I'm glad they brought rides back because they were kind of a dying breed for a long time. The only thing you could get was old Overhaul, which was fine, but now they've come out with some really fantastic rides. It's just amazing.
Okay, Eric's the binder is you don't get to know what the binder is. That's what the binder is.
No, I know what he's doing.
I know he's repeating. He's doing the repeat. Jason said they had 10 kids. Ryan said they had 0 kids.
Actually, I know what the binder is, but you have to be a part of the live studio audience to find out because we'll
Yeah.
tell everybody after the show. So you want to get the extras? You want to smoke some of the samples? You want to get some of the prizes that we give away after hours? You gotta come in and hang out with the audience.
Oh, and I didn't say it before. Jamie is also watching. She's not smoking tonight, but she's drinking Chateau Michel Red Blend wine.
Chateau Saint Michel, la di da.
Their gourd
Excuse
shrimp are
me.
really good.
Let us all have a drink to Chateau Saint Michel with the extended
Oh,
pinkies.
pinkies.
With the extended pinkies. I
we
say.
go.
That would be a lovely.
gosh,
Well,
what
because
the
I have my
heck?
hand on the glass with the pinky
What
sticking
hell,
out.
Dude, grab the
Oh, my
bottom like
God.
this, and he pokes
Last time I
like-
toasted you, you
poking
spilled
on-
half the drink.
Yeah.
To Saint Michel.
To Chateau Saint Michel.
Oh, yes. I say,
A lovely gal.
it's wonderful.
I banged her.
Okay, Austin Powers.
So we were at Cary a while back, probably like 15 years ago, or maybe even further. Cary and I were at a Bruce Hornsby concert, and so we're sitting there on the lawn at in the amphitheater area behind the.
This isn't the outhouse story again, is it?
No, we're not doing that one. So we went into the shop and we got a bottle of their Gewürztraminer, right?
They're what?
Gewürztraminer.
Wait, what?
Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer. It's a dessert. It's a white dessert wine. But we had some that we were eat because we had like salmon. We had like barbecued salmon, whatever, blah 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 blah. Anyway, we shared some to some people around us, and before you know it, all of their wine down in the shop is gone, and they were buying it at room temperature, and they completely sold out of it that night because people kept passing it to other people to try.
Yeah.
And
Listen.
before you know, they were going down and they were getting like 5 or 6 bottles.
Before I was diagnosed diabetic, on a hot day, Gewürztraminer, it's a German style
it is
kind
a
of a
German
dessert
style
wine,
dessert wine.
and man, it's tasty, it's refreshing, delicious for any dessert, and certainly great with anything chocolate, and most desserts it goes with really well as ports. So we've had bottles in our refrigerator for 15 years, and we keep bringing it out, and nobody ever opens them up. So I ended up dumping them, which I was kind of crying the whole time because, I mean, if I could drink it, I would.
I know.
So at least we have people when they come over, it's like, hey, want some port? I love port, but can't have it.
Well, no, you can. You just have to be able to shoot yourself real quick.
Now,
after
what
you're done.
Yeah.
style, what style of port do you like? You like the tawny port or the what they got, the legacy?
Yeah, I prefer aged tawny
Yeah.
over the other. I mean, there's, but you know what? I mean, it's some of them are just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But all of them are very tasty.
Yeah.
Even how it's not even really a port. It's a Bristol. What's it called? It's a
I don't know.
Bristol cream. It's very port-like, but it's not technically a port. It's a red wine. It's a fortified red wine, but it's not technically a port. So when I first had that, it was like,
Dog
ooh, it's-
2020. Aged.
yeah, but it tastes a lot better. Keep it up. We'll be doing some tasters of Tickle Pink and
Yeah,
Mad Dog,
dude.
and
No,
anything
am
from Boone's,
Rainbow.
anything from Boonesbury Farm.
When I think
Rainbow.
I think when I
No.
was I can't remember if I was in 8th grade or 7th grade when I got a hold of Mad Dog 2020. And that was the last night I was going to have that. I don't think I threw up, but I was not feeling good.
we would mix it with squirt, and then it tasted like a wine cooler,
Yeah.
which was tolerable. But then they were out of Mad Dog 2020. We kept mixing it with squirt, so I was 15, had a fake ID, and so I was like, yeah, we're looking for this or something like it. And there was another product called Wild Irish Rose.
Ooh.
I got so sick that night.
Oh, I've seen that stuff.
Oh my God, it's worse. And
I bet.
you know, my parents are very religious. You know, you got to go to church on Sunday. I'm out in downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. My house, I'm 15-minute drive away, and it's midnight. And I call, and it's like, yeah, I got the flu or something. I'm just gonna stay the night here. You know, here's my girlfriend's father. We're not alone. He's taking care of me. And they're like, no, you got to make it home. You got to go home. My girlfriend did not have a driver's license yet, and I made her drive me all the way back to my parents' house as I'm throwing up the whole way. So, and had to go to church
Oh,
the next day.
that's no bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno, Kimasabi.
I kept getting up, and even though I didn't have to get sick, I was trying to make it a point to my parents. It's like, this is bullshit. It's like every 10 minutes, I'm just dry heaving in the pew.
So Eric's is smoking. It looks to be HVC Pan Caliente with Evan Williams 1783 small batch. And then he says, pretty sure I can figure out what binder on this cigar is, unlike some people. Sorry, Eric's, it's not posted anywhere. If you can find it,
I know
let
what
us
the
know.
binder is. Hey, I know what it is, Eric's. It's tobacco.
Damn it.
No.
It's a tobacco leaf,
tobacco.
made in a tobacco leaf growing region. But let's just say it's Canary Islands. So there.
There you go.
Boom.
You know,
Canary
that's
Islands.
interesting because Canary Islands grows a lot of tobacco leaf, but in all the cigars we've been smoking, there hasn't really been a call out on the Canary Island leaves.
No, I don't think so.
And I want to start trying to find. There's
I don't think
other.
there are that many cigars
No, not
that are made with
anymore.
Canary, yeah.
When the whole Cuban migration occurred, that was one of the islands I went to, and I think the cost and the quality from Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, those areas are better. But we should, I think on the show, we should find some things that are Costa Rica,
Should we-
Peruvian,
Yeah, well, last week we had Brazilian. And was it Costa Rica as well, or
I think there was. I know that.
because it was a 4-country blend on the cigar.
I know
we
La
had.
Aurora has some Costa Rican in it
Yeah.
in some of their blends.
Yeah.
But I've had some people come in the cigar shop and ask for Peruvian. And
Yeah.
I know they're
There are a
here.
couple. There are a couple.
I've had Peruvian puros. Everywhere I go, I try to get a puro from the country because everybody seems to grow some. When I was in Netherlands, they had puro. It was super, super light and not very good.
Yeah.
Of course, I couldn't find any when we went to Egypt, but you know that's a different country altogether. So they probably could, and I'm sure that the tobacco there would be awesome. Because certainly the Brazilian and the African leaf, I mean, it's northern Africa,
Yeah.
as opposed to mid to southern Africa. But I'm sure if they grew it, it'd be a fantastic leaf.
You want more?
So Dean's
Oh, yeah,
looking
oh,
for
yeah.
more.
Here, fine.
Sounds like a frog.
It does.
Either that or it's going to be your knee.
You do that, or you're trying to hide a fart by making all those noises.
All right, that's good.
No, I'm
I
good.
think John's good.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a little light. Let's fill him up to the brim.
No. So for those of you who missed the scary deal wheel at
Yeah.
Cascade on Sunday,
The scary deal.
we're
with-
having a reprise. It's going to be a roll the dice game. And if you roll the dice, you have chances to win various swag, t-shirts, hats, lighters, ashtrays. But you also have a chance to get 10% off.
ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Not 10%.
So, still working it out. We'll have the details out tomorrow. It'll be posted on the Smoking Salads page. It'll be shared off to the Cascade Tobacco pipes. Cascade Cigars and Tobacco. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know what the numbers are. I think it's the 7th is the next Sunday that I'm working there. So if you roll a 7, you'll get 10% off, and the other numbers will give you a various swag. So there's not going to be a number in there that you don't get anything, because I'm not going to do a big FU to
You know what
the
you
customers.
do? Every 10th customer, the 10% gets replaced with a 30%.
Yeah, that's something that has to be cleared through Cascade.
But that would be pretty cool to do something like
Or
that.
we just do the regular. You give in some swag, but every 10th customer you get the 10% off. But I'd rather get everybody to have a chance to win 10% off.
Well, you can have 10% on there, and then every 10th customer will automatically get a 10%. How about that?
So, one thing, last week we talked about the smoking salad shirts. And we're in a cold environment, and people had asked, hey, can I get that in a jacket or a sweatshirt or something like that? They have micro fleece jackets.
Yep.
Very light, very comfortable. It's good in all the weather here except for the rain. But they have windbreakers and they have micro fleece jackets. So I'm currently in conversations with our vendor on this. Look for an update next week. But it looks like we'll be able to score it. I don't know what the prices are, but they will be available. So if you want to you show your excitement for the Smokin' Salad Show, we'll let you know what that is. And you can always, at any time, buy the Cuba Veras and buy the other shirts that we've been presenting on the show for so many times.
One of our Studio Alliance members is actually wearing one of our shirts.
So, yes, Jiffy Jeff.
Yes.
So, Dave wants to know, and he said it's a serious question, and Dean, you don't get to answer this. If Dean was a cigar, what kind of cigar would he be?
Oh,
Swisher
geez,
Sweet.
That's so easy, though.
The Kentucky Cheroot, no. Kentucky Cheroot.
Kentucky Cheroot?
Yeah.
I was thinking something AJ Fernandez.
Thank you.
No. Nope.
No said.
Nope. Because he likes AJ
And it
Fernandez.
has
Be
cigar would be
any
called- and the-
cigar.
No.
He likes it so much because he has none of it
No.
in
So
his body.
Dean would be an AJ Fernandez cigar, but the label would say the whore.
That's
Sure.
right.
Why not?
I think the next time I run into AJ Fernandez, I'm going to say, can you make me a cigar? It's on behalf of a friend, and we just need to call it the whore. And then when we talk about it, we'll all get kicked off of Facebook because,
Yeah,
Dean
I'm
is known as
bummed.
the
They
whore.
did cancel the Puro Sabor. They did.
I know they did.
It was like midnight or something. I was looking on my phone. And I
So
thought about
so
sending it to you,
Dean
and it went
turns
over.
50 in January.
Yeah,
So
50?
we were really excited about going to Nicaragua
I was
for the
excited
Pure
'cause I was
Sabor.
going to hopefully get to finally meet AJ Fernandez.
Oh, you have to wait
Another
at least
year.
another year.
Yeah.
When do you turn 50? Oh,
No, we got
another. We'll be dead by the time you turn
20
50.
years, but,
Yeah.
Good
19
Lord.
years and 1 month. No, 19 years and 18 days.
We may have to just somebody turn 50. Let's go.
Okay. I have a question for the audience. Did y'all enjoy the game show last week?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, there
text
has-
or write in if you enjoyed the show, if you liked the shenanigans, if there was really any shenanigans. I mean, I really had to make it to where you guys missed every single
Well,
fucking-
yeah.
Well, that was
Yeah,
clear.
it had to be.
That was clear.
John and I actually talked about that. We were actually thinking it was kind of funny that you didn't give us worse stuff. Like a note would be in it saying you have to take a shot of pea nutty.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
Peanutty,
so
Jägermeister.
I literally thought that Dickel was going to be horrible.
You say Dickel, right? I
George
thought you said Dickhole.
No,
It's like
It's like,
Dickel.
balls.
What?
Balls. You
the
saying
Tabasco
balls?
Dickel.
Balls.
Yeah. Spice Bears.
yeah.
I think the
but
silkworms went over well.
they were disgusting.
They were?
And I couldn't express that enough. You could eat it without, expelling them,
I can't
but it
believe
was
y'all-
unpleasant.
I can't believe y'all devoured that Days Hot Reaper chicken.
Oh, that was
Dude,
that was
gonna put you in your spot. I
delicious.
thought it was literally going to put you in your spot, and you were like, "No, give it back to me."
No, dude.
Bitch, who you talking to?
I
So-
know, but it's pretty hot.
Well,
It's pretty
okay,
hot.
so I've said it before. Me and Eric's and a few other people for my birthday last year, we
I
did
know,
the hot
I
ones
know,
show.
whatever.
That wasn't even close to 2 million
Yeah.
on the Scovilles. That was hot.
The only
and
thing,
very flavorful.
the only thing about hot stuff, it's great to do it on Cinco de Mayo because you got so much food that goes good with spicy hotness.
Jason
Cigars
said-
never go good with spicy
Jason
hotness.
said 3 years. Let's go. Let's all go.
Jason Eckholm turns
There we go.
50 in 3
3 years.
But I think that the only way that we can go down there, it's not like what we did in DR where we could just drive around and do all this or that.
No.
Nicaragua is completely different. That's a up the game of security big time.
No, it's similar. Yeah, a little bit more security because of the political actions.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not anything against us,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, they're gonna. You need to hire security guards. So that's why we went to Puro Saboro.
Yeah, that's why because then you have security around you all day long.
Right, and you meet and greet everybody.
Multiple factories.
Now we decided to do our own thing in the DR.
That's
Because the Pro Cigar
Pro Cigar was a week and a half later.
it was a week later, and the problem I have with that is they only bring you have a bunch of people there, and one day they go to like 3 or 4 different cigar factories.
You had to choose,
and you had to choose one
out
of the 4.
Like 2 that you had to choose between.
One. So I was like, nah, I don't want that. And I've been to so many factories. It's like I wanted to experience the small mom and pop.
Yeah,
I mean, the micro folks.
Yeah, and also too, I think as well. I think they had 2 days of it.
3 or 4.
Was it 3 or 4 days where you could go to different ones? But they only had certain factories on certain days, and of course, as you would know, they schedule almost all of the really good factories
on the same
damn day. Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
No, there's something to be said about going down there, and you can arrange. You can call. A lot of manufacturers have trips down there. It doesn't. They're bringing it back, right? Because it doesn't really make them any money, and it takes a lot of their resources and a lot of time. But before COVID, they were starting to kind of bring it back. Percival was out for a long time.
Yeah.
Ken Camacho was out once Davidoff, but then Justo started bringing it back. Hey, come to the factory. So a lot of them might have something for you.
No, they've been doing some stuff at the AJ Fernandez factory here this year.
Yeah. So I mean, there's always that opportunity, and if you've never gone to a factory tour, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, highly
Vacation-wise, it's your flights down there are kind of a pain in the butt. But once you get there, the food, the lodging, everything is taken care of, and it's just a smoke fest with your friends, and it's great. And you hang out with the movers and shakers on that particular cigar factory, and it's a great way to kind of hang out with them, pick their brain, just get to know them. Not even really related to cigar stuff. Just find out, hey, what do you like to do? Want to go fishing? Let's go fishing.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a big surfer? Let's go hit the beach. Oh, it's 4 hours away. Road trip. We'll smoke all the way there. We'll surf for 2 hours and smoke all the way back.
There you go.
Lots of there's no agenda when you just go by yourself.
Store, get a couple bottles. We all have a driver.
Yeah. We went to the DR. We had no agenda other than I wanted to hit some touristy sites. You and I went to the waterfalls. You could hike up to the top of the mountain and slide or jump down 23 waterfalls.
Yep.
I think we did the shorter option.
13. I think we did 13.
I think we did 13.
We did 13.
Yeah, so we were halfway up. And that was a blast until you jumped 15 feet with your arms sticking out like this
dude,
and hit the water. It's like,
I
my
was
shoulder.
So out of it. 'Cause, man, we were booking it going up. I mean,
we were moving quick.
The guys that went with us, I mean, it's easy for them because they do it every day. But
well, they're also 20-something.
They were 20-something.
We're 40s and 50s.
And so what they do is they take people on a guide, and you come down the waterfalls, and then they're done for the rest of the day. So they take like 2 hours. Like 2 hours for us to do the whole thing, and we took our time a little bit.
It was maybe longer, but they threw a stupid tennis shoe into the water, and we had to keep timing with the tennis shoe, even though there's nobody behind us.
Yeah, no one whatsoever.
There was a couple times we ignored the tennis shoe. We're doing pictures, especially after you injured your shoulder.
I'm trying to get my breath back, and still my muscles are shaking.
It was a hike. I mean, I'm in better condition than you were at the time, but I was breathing hard when we got up there.
Meanwhile, Rod's down at the bottom of the mountain, making friends with everybody because he speaks such fluent Spanish.
Yeah,
and he's friends with everybody by the time we get back. He's down there talking with a whole group of guys, just cutting up and messing around and making them laugh and all kinds of stuff. No,
if you wanna do a cigar event with your buddies, you go to Miami. That's fine. It's safe, and there's lots of things to do there, and there's lots of people there. But if you want to actually tour a factory, the DR, that's the safest, although you got to be careful, especially if you're driving.
Yeah,
Because driving there is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Honduras, Nicaragua, hire yourself a security guard to go with you. Costa Rica, hire a security guard.
Really? In Costa Rica?
Yeah, because in some of the areas, it's dangerous.
Really?
Now, I'm not talking about heading over to the Americanized side of the
yeah,
of the
I know
island.
what you mean.
I'm talking about Puerto Limon, where it's not so safe, but that's where the tobacco
But I still
plantations
tell you
are.
what, though, we went out over the Pro Cigar group that went a week and a half after us because we got to tour the part of the Fuente factory that they didn't even get to see.
Nope,
They didn't even get to see it. They
We
were
got-
still under construction.
we got some special treatment,
Yeah, we did.
and actually seeing the micro folks doing it in their shops, rolling cigars. We had lots of opportunities to just roll cigars and tasting products that are not mainstream in the U.S., which had Cuban leaf in
They
it.
had Cuban leaf in it.
So you could really experience a Cuban Puro and a Cuban mixed with Dominican and Dominican Puro. I mean, all kinds of fun. So
Yeah, I was surprised that the Fifi's power diminished as much as it did. It
well,
didn't diminish a lot. It's still a medium body smoke to me.
but when we first smoked it when it
But
was
when
fresh,
we smoked it was fresh.
full.
And it was fan.
Yeah.
Speaking of smoking, now that we've gotten about halfway for all of
Yeah.
us, how's the stick tasting for you guys, and how's it pairing with the spirit?
The burn for me is consistent. I haven't had to relight it other than when I was just talking too much. You can still see it's an even burn. I haven't touched it up. So great construction. And the flavor is still very consistent. Let me make a second and concentrate on it while you guys
Keep
talk
talking.
about things.
Yeah.
Also, Dean,
Yeah.
you gotta stop with the thump thump.
I don't know. They can hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
There's
what happens.
there's a
when you
little
get-
more pepper.
Okay.
As I retrohale just lightly through the
Pepper,
nose, there's
huh?
more pepper. Not huge amount, but
No.
more pepper.
It's enough to tickle the nose.
Yeah, it's enough to tickle the nose. What do you say?
Well, and that little spice could be from the Lajero, too.
Well, I'm assuming that's where it's
Yeah.
coming from. Yep, there's some
There's
That was a
pepper.
good retro hell right there.
That was a pepper right there.
That was a good retro.
Yeah. Pepper right there, I
It
tell you
definitely
what.
the sweetness is kind of replaced by more earthiness for me.
There's
It's
not
still
much cocoa.
there's still yeah, it's not so much cocoa and sweetness, but it's very much earthy and some slight pepper. So
Would you
it's
guys recommend these purchases?
now it's oh absolutely, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
a really
bad-
good
no,
cigar.
I've never had a bad one of these.
Um,
And John and I have smoked several of them before in the past.
well, I haven't smoked one of these, but the Sinistros were all over it.
Oh, you haven't had one of the Honor Among Thieves?
Nope.
But you have. Oh, I've smoked a couple of them.
Nope. I knew we were going to
No,
do
they're
it.
good.
I knew that either you or Nick was going to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold off and, wait.
No, if I was going to do one, but we've already done it, and it would be the Lost Cowboy, but we've already smoked the Lost Cowboy before.
I mean, there's different iterations of the Lost Cowboy. You have the Lost Cowboy
There is.
with the.
We did the really full body one with the wrap around it. Yeah.
Definitely more woody, earthy pepper.
Yeah.
So I don't really get any cocoa anymore from it at this point.
I'm
Now
getting-
it's smoking like a full body.
Yeah. I would say now I would recommend you take a puff and then take a sip. Now you're getting the butterscotch. Because now the butterscotch is replacing the sweetness.
Just a quick sip.
Wait,
Yeah.
take a puff, then drink?
Yeah, take a puff, then
Alright,
drink,
alright.
and then you're getting a little bit more. That butterscotch is starting to come out a little bit because the sweetness of the cigar has died down.
If I do a quick sip,
I think I got
I get an essence of butterscotch.
Yeah.
I got
Where
the
if I
start.
leave it in my mouth and switch it around and do all my
It-
bullshit that I do,
Right.
the butterscotch is washed away from everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
So it is a very subtle flavor.
That's better.
But you pick up other subtle flavors when you leave it in your mouth and let the whiskey warm up a little bit and chew on it a bit, retrohale a couple times. You get the floral when you do
butterscotch
that.
now.
But if it's just a quick sip, yeah, I get the butterscotch.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely recommend this stick. I've smoked the Honor Among Thieves, but not this style.
Style.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the word, Vitola.
Not the spatula.
But
Well, the toll is the same thing as the style.
but I would definitely
Size.
I would definitely recommend this. I would not recommend this for a beginner smoker, but I would definitely say if you've never had one, I would highly recommend it.
It starts off nice and easy.
Then it comes.
I mean,
in
I mean,
Mine was stronger
medium-
When it first started. Mine was stronger.
Really?
It's-
Oh
it's
no,
backed off.
mine's more of a.
No,
I'm
mine's
not
backed
getting
off.
I'm not getting the nicotine on my tongue from a full
Yeah.
bodied, so I'm still gonna say it's medium to medium full.
Yep, I would agree with you
But
on
the
that.
flavor in the beginning is sweeter, more cocoa, and then it kind of merges into that peppery, woody flavor. So,
So John, what are we doing
Next week.
next week we are paying homage to the dude.
The dude.
Oh yeah, the dude.
So we are paying homage to the movie.
Come on, man.
You gotta be.
Do the whole
chill
quote.
out.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta do
Oh,
the
I
whole
don't know
quote.
the whole quote.
Whoa, then you can't do it.
God, I gotta watch the movie again.
Or just look it up online.
So
Yeah.
next week,
Come on, man.
paying homage to the Big Lebowski, we're gonna be the dudes. So we're gonna be drinking White Russians.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out the cigar yet,
White Owl.
but not White Owl. But it'll be a hell of a show. So yeah, so join us next week. It should be a lot of fun.
Yep.
I do have a bowling ball. My wife has a bowling ball. So
There you go.
we were talking about just doing a Smoking Salads bowling show with just the three of us on there, but I haven't had a chance to call the bowling alleys. And if my wife went with us, she'd kick our ass. So I don't want to be embarrassed by having my wife kick my ass yet again when I go bowling. My kind of bowling is like 9 gutter ball 1. It's just
Or it's 9 gutter ball 10. What? 9 gutter ball.
my
gutter ball.
average game is probably 100. So
I find it to be when you go bowling, I find it to be like you're having a good day when you get to 100.
oh man, when I get, I will get to 150, but very rare.
Around 150.
So the drunker I am, the better I play because I'm
There
more
you go.
relaxed. But
Yeah, let's
for some
drink
reason,
some.
I throw the ball this way instead of this way, and I don't put spin on the ball.
Oh,
I
I'm
just
spinning
whip
it.
it down there.
Yeah.
And so when you watch me bowl, when we eventually do this, I basically take my thumb and hit my nose. So yeah, I basically
nice.
roll it and hit my nose because I'm aiming for that arrow, and that
Are
way
you
it doesn't
aiming
go.
for the arrows that are close or the arrows that are further down the lane.
I aim for the arrows that are further down the lane.
Okay, that's what I do too. But
So, but
apparently your ball goes
So-
a different
so
direction.
no, I
Eric's-
just had the tendency, and even though I'm swinging this way, I'm still hitting my nose. I hit my nose. Why is it going that way?
Really quick, Eric's, he bless his heart, bless his little heart. He corrected us on our wrong use of White Russians. We are going to be drinking Caucasians.
Okay. Whatever.
Caucasian Russians.
Yes.
So that is next week. I think that's. Is there anything else? Because
I got an update. We went ahead and put down a deposit on a new dog that we're going to be getting. He's going to be a golden retriever.
so for those of you who watched last week's show,
Yeah.
it was a little sad.
heavy.
Yeah. So Winston, Dean's dog, wonderful pet, died, got killed by a deer, and we'll have an update on when we kill that goddamn deer.
We'll bring it on the show.
We'll eat it on the show.
Carrie
Some
said
nice
she
venison
saw one
steaks.
in the field. She said, but it was smaller. It wasn't as big as the
All right,
one
we'll
that she
find
saw.
it. So Dean's talking about getting another dog. So we'll get more details on that this next week.
Yeah, mid-December we'll be picking him up. We don't know exactly which one we're going to be getting, but
It's going to be a
yeah.
golden retriever
Okay.
puppy.
It's
So
gonna be a
we
golden retriever.
are out of time. So I don't
we
know
are.
about you and the audience. I hope you guys enjoy every minute. For us, it goes so fast.
It does.
It's like, what time is it? It's 7:52. So we've been on the air for 52 minutes, and it just doesn't seem like it. It seems
No.
like 15, 20 minutes.
Seems like we're just getting into it,
Right.
right?
So, yeah, give us some feedback. You want us
be.
to go longer at times? Is this the perfect time? Because I know that, hey, this is just a distraction from what you're normally doing on a Monday night. But, yeah, give us some feedback. Let us know. Hey, I want your
We
one
would-
shorter,
we-
one
we
longer.
would get the folks an update on the football game, but both teams suck, so who cares?
And it's football, so who cares? So with that, everybody out there, enjoy smoking
Smoking
salads.
salads.
We'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.
Woo! Nom nom noises.
Nom nom noises. And yeah, we got the drum intro going on right now, so the microphone's still on.
So, and Eric's wants to know. So, Eric's the binder is actually.
I'm a cigar man. I'm a cigar man. Big up, baby. You know I'm smoking. Cigar like a woman.